Good morning, YouTube followers. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. And I'm out here on my buddy's range out here in the country. At the 50-yard line here. And that's his range. It's got a 100-yard range. There's a shooting bench behind me up a hill, another 50 yards from here. Anyway, I'm zeroing the Ruger 1022 to the Hi Lux across the core scope. I took this off of my AR-15 for the civilian marksmanship competition gun, and this is the Hi Lux SSD34, the across the core scope. It's a 1:4 power, and it's got a 36 millimeter objective lens. Heck, I got scopes with 34 millimeter objective lens. Anyway, this is it on the 22 Ruger 1022. This is a an Israeli stock. It's made in Israel, and it's by Fab Defense. Anyway, this Hi Lux scope, I'd like to thank Christopher Wu for all his support and everything. And you know, I've made a few videos on it. But this, I decided to move it over to my Ruger 1022 to try it out during the day for coyotes and hogs. I do a lot of shooting with a 22, and sometimes I like to shoot hogs with it too. It does kill them. A lot, contrary to popular belief, hogs have a bulletproof skull. Bullets have ricocheted off hogs' heads. I've heard all the stories, especially on the Rimfire Central. Yeah, a ricochet off a hog's head and killed a kid a mile away. Anyway, enough of that. But this is the rifle, and I'm going to zero it at 50 yards. My feeder is at 50 yards from the stand that I hunt out of. I hunt out of a tree stand 50 yards from a feeder, and they come in, a little light turns on, a little green light. So if I'm there at night, this has a lighted reticle. I can see the outline of the hog and put that crosshair right on his head and pull a trigger, and he's a dead hog. Anyway, I'm using the Velociter 40 grain hollow point. Their velocity is 1435 or 1465, something like that. Let me get my eyeballs on. 1435 for 40 grain hollow point. This is the best hollow point in 40 grain there is on the market. It's the fastest, most accurate out of the Ruger 1022. I've tried some of the Aguila. They claim this is 1700 feet per second. Folks, that's a total BS story. Best I can get out of this was about 1475. And this is a 30 grain hollow point. I didn't even get one over 1500 feet per second, so that is pure BS. You know, that's with a chronograph. But I got some of them just for giggles. Anyway, the Velociter seems to be the most accurate. They live up to the speed that they advertise. They advertise 1435. I've had some exceed this and some just a little bit below that. But right there in the 14 to 13, high 1300 feet per second, you know, in the high zone there. And I've had some exceed it by a few feet per second, where it says it's 1435. I've got over, I think I got 1475 out of one of them. Anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta. We're going to zero this rifle. And here we go. Fire in the hole. One shot, one kill. Okay. go down and check my target, and we'll be back. Well, YouTube, this black rifle back at you. Had to move it 16 inches up and 32 clicks to the left. So I had to come up 16 clicks and over 32. Anyway, I should fire this round here. It should be zeroed. So let's see if we can't get that zeroed. I don't know if you could see this. Anyway. Okay, we're going to go see how that did. Make the adjustments and I should be zeroed. Well, folks, the Ruger 1022 is zeroed. It's dead center bullseye from 50 yards. So that's where I'm sighting it in at. And we'll be ready to whack some hogs with this. I've got the 22 Magnum sighted in with night vision, so that should work pretty good too on the Rossi 22 mag. I have that sighted in too, and it's dead on at 50 yards. So either one of these 22s be killing coyotes or hogs. I've killed a blue million coyotes and hogs also. So anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle. Catch you later. I'd like to thank Mike for use of his range. And as you can see, here's the range down there. And he's got steel. And you got a little pond over here to my left. There's fish jumping in it too. I've seen a big bass jump. Anyway, that's it. And then the Ruger 1022 and the Fab Defense stock with the Hi Lux across the core scope. It's got a lighted reticle. I don't know if this does both colors or not, but I got a green lighted reticle. I prefer green to red. And I adjusted my objective lens to 50 yards and had it on 4 power. So this goes 1 to 4. This is the XTC scope, Hi Lux scope. Anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle, saying goodbye from South Carolina. We'll be back with an AR-15 and another Hi Lux scope. That's a 1 to 8 power. Bye-bye. Okay guys, this is Rick back at you with the AR-15. This is the Overwatch rifle with the big 24-inch barrel. And this is the Hi Lux CMR 8F 8 to 20 1 to 8 by 26. Anyway, this is a really nice scope. It's got a nice lighted reticle. Anyway, I'm going to zero it here at 50 yards, then I'm going to go back to 100 yards and re-zero it from 100 yards. So anyway, this is one of my main coyote rifles. I really like to shoot coyotes with this long barrel during the daytime or at dusk. But anyway, I'm going to zero it at 100 yards. I won't be making a shot longer than that. Power line cut, maybe you get 300-400 yards on some of them. But anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina, at my buddy's range. Mike, thanks for allowing me the use of the range. I really appreciate it. Anyway, me and my buddy Mark killed some armadillos here for Mike. Anyway, the armadillos tear up the traps. We put those live traps out and they break out of them. They just tore them all to hell. Because they're made where? China. I like the way Trump said that. China. Anyway, and it's right, because it's garbage. All the garbage comes from China and we buy it like fools. We need to cut them out. Those Haverhearts used to be made in Wisconsin and they were made of steel. Now they're made of aluminum and they bend the door and they bend the mechanism. It's just a piece of garbage. Don't buy Haverheart traps. They're garbage. Armadillo can break out of them. Raccoons can break out of them. Possums can break out of them. They just bend them all to hell. Anyway, because it's made where? China. We'll catch you later. Rick, Black Rifle, and we're going to make a couple of shots here. This is Rick. We're going to make a couple shots here. Going to make one and then go check it. Okay, we're going to go check it. Be back in a minute. Oh, from the bore sight, the zero and the bore sighting. From bore sighting, I got to go 32 clicks left and 32 clicks down. So we'll go do that. We'll make those corrections here. I'm going to put my eyes on. Anyway, we'll be right back. This is Black Rifle from North Augusta. Okay, I moved my turrets 36 inches down, or 36 clicks down and 36 clicks left. We're going to see how this does. So this is Rick, Black Rifle. Anyway, put my ears on here. Okay, Gonna make one more shot, see if we get it zeroed. I made my adjustments, so had to come 8 up and 8 over. So we'll see how it goes. First your money, then your clothes. Okay, here we go again. Down 8, left 4. We'll see how it does. YouTube, that's it. It's zeroed at 50 yards, so we're gonna go back to 100 and try and fine tune to 0. And anyway, that's a review of 2 fine Hi Lux scopes. The across the core scope on the Ruger 1022, and of course this CMR 8F 1:8 power by 26. Close to medium range scope, lighted reticle, just fine for an AR-15. I had an art scope on the AR-15, but I had the AR-15 and 308 stolen from me, and they recovered the 308, and it had an art scope on it, but when they recovered it, it didn't have my bipod and my art scope, so I did get the 308 back. I didn't get the 223 back. But anyway, that's it. That's the name of that tune. But they were fine art scopes from Leatherwood Hi Lux. Thank you, Christopher, for letting me review these scopes and having a good relationship with the Hi Lux Corporation. Anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina, with the Hi Lux CMR 8F and the across the core scope 1:4 power civilian marksmanship program competition scope, and that's a little fine 1:4 power, and I tell you, I got a fine zero on it. It's splitting hairs. So I'm really pleased with that. So we're revisiting that on 2 different rifles. So there you go. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Bye-bye. And, oh yeah, special thanks to Mike for use of his range. Anyway, here you go. This is South Carolina, a beautiful place. This is his farm. And that's his range out there. He's got a 100-yard range, and this is the 50-yard line where I'm at. There's a picnic table at 50 yards. Anyway, this is it. There's my Overwatch AR, and that's what I do, nuisance wildlife control. As you can see, there you go. And that Caldwell turret rest is really nice. I really like that precision turret. I just wish the leg here was a little longer, maybe a foot longer that you can adjust. That'd be nice. And I wish these back legs were a foot longer where you can adjust those out too. I want to make improvements to that, make this more tight here where you could tighten this up a little better and extend the legs, and I think you'll have a fine rest. Anyway, this is Rick, Black Rifle. Catch you later. Bye-bye.